The hushed tranquility of our upper-class neighborhood was usually a comfort, a blanket of peace draped over the manicured lawns and stately homes. At 15, with Casey just 2 blocks away, these quiet streets were my nightly promenade. One Thursday evening, during a school break, boredom spurred me out into the cool night air. No curfew tethered me, so the lateness of the hour was of no concern. As I strolled along, a disquieting sensation began to creep over me. I became aware of noises, subtle at first, emanating from the shadows behind me. The first hint was a rustle, the distinct sound of a bush being disturbed. I risked a quick glance over my shoulder, but didn't break my stride. Instead, I quickened my pace, a subtle unease tightening in my chest. The next block brought another sound, a sharp snap of a twig underfoot. This time I stopped, turning to scan the scene. The street was deserted, bathed in the pale glow of the streetlights. A continuous wall of bushes lined the properties, separating the sidewalk from the houses, creating a dark, dense barrier. I saw nothing, no movement, nothing to explain the unsettling noises. My heart began to pound a little faster. Again, I increased my speed, the image of Casey's house now a beacon in the distance. Then another sound, distinct and chilling, quick, light footsteps echoing behind me. I whirled around again, my eyes straining to penetrate the darkness. Still nothing. The street remained empty, an unnerving stillness broken only by the frantic thumping of my own heart. Casey's house was now within reach. I pulled out my phone and called her. She answered immediately, and I poured out my growing fear, describing the unsettling sounds that had been dogging my steps. As I spoke, I circled the dense bushes that surrounded her driveway and stepped onto her property. I noticed Casey peering out of her upstairs bedroom window. She waved a brief, reassuring gesture before ending our call. I waved back, trying to shake off the growing dread. Then Casey's voice, sharp and urgent, pierced through my fear. "Who's that guy right behind you?" I spun around, my blood running cold. A fully grown man was there, crouching low, moving stealthily just 10 feet behind me. I screamed a raw, terrified sound and lunged towards Casey's front door, pounding on it with desperate fists. The man lunged too, grabbing me, attempting to wrestle me into some kind of headlock. But his grip loosened, and he abruptly released me, turning and fleeing into the darkness with surprising speed. The front door swung open, revealing Casey's mother, her face a mask of alarm. She pulled me inside, slamming the door shut behind me. Casey rushed down the stairs, her face etched with worry. I was gasping for breath, my heart hammering against my ribs like a trapped bird. Casey's mother embraced me, her questions tumbling over each other as she tried to understand what had happened. Then she called the police, her voice trembling as she reported the presence of a dangerous man lurking in our quiet neighborhood. That night, the quiet tranquility of the neighborhood was shattered, replaced by a fear that clung to the shadows. Casey's mother insisted I stay overnight, a decision that required no explanation. The next morning, she drove me home, the bright sunlight doing little to dispel the lingering chill of the previous night's terror.